tutorial, we're going to take a look at how to put our report card grades into K-12 using their 360 platform. And this will be specifically focused for our elementary teachers who have to do this every quarter. So when we're taking report card grades, first of all, our teacher view looks more like this. But for security, I'm going to use a sample site. And this sample site has a little bit more options on it, but we're still going to get to what we need the same way. The first way that you can do this is up in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see the menu, which are the 3 lines. You're going to see the same thing on the sample site, and you're going to click on Report Card Grades. Now, see this under Classes, which is what is at the top. Report card grades, you'll see that at the top of our Raytown teacher view as well, so report card grades. And then from here, you would choose then, where do you need to put grades in? Typically you see lunch at the top, and then you see each of the classes below. And so I'm just going to use this English 1 as my first one, just to take me to the report card grades. And once you get to the report card grades, this is the view that you will see. That's one of the ways to get there. The other way, when I click back on the house, which is that home, is by going to the Actions button. And here's my teacher view. I'm on the home. Over here on the right-hand side, you see all these actions, the bullets, I guess, and here's the lunch I was telling you about. Up at the top, it says course 5th grade. There's nothing you need to do with that one. However, these are all areas that you need to typically put grades in. Reading, writing, math, science, work skills, and social skills when it comes to our progress reports. Report card grades as this program refers to. So same thing over here. I can go to Actions. I can click on Report Card Grades, and then I will see that same view that I had seen before. When you're looking at this view, primarily what I use as a teacher is the Standards view. And how I know I'm in the right spot is it says Report Card Grades, and it says Standards. There are 2 different ways you can view these. You can view all the standards by student. So when you look at it, you see the standards or the descriptions on the left, and then you see the students going across like this. There is another way that you can do it, and that's all students by standard. And it just moves those headers. And now I can see my students are on the left rather than on the top, and the standards are on the top of the heading. So it's up to you which way works better for you. I actually have used it both ways in the past. So from here, I would need to make sure that, 1, I'm paying attention to my term, because of depending on what term it is will depend on what you have access to, and your access will change depending on what term it is. So if I said that I want to just look at term 1, then I would choose term 1. Or if I wanted to see what the students did just in term 2, or maybe I want to see how they did for that entire semester. Sometimes if it does this, I will refresh it just to kind of get the columns aligned back up. But you can adjust the terms, whatever's best for you. In Raytown, of course, we usually use the symbols of mastered, not mastered. So like you're looking for your M, your S, your P for progressing. So those symbols then would be available in these boxes when you go to click on them. Since this is a pretend site or sample site, then I don't have those options. Plus, this particular window is not open for grades yet. But you will have those options in these boxes to be able to click on those drop-down menus. You also, something that I find is helpful is down here on the bottom, you'll see tools. And so there may be times where I want to apply the marks to all students. and all standards. There's others in here you may find useful. I can do something similar by clicking on the names, and I can apply the mark to all students for this standard. I could do the same thing by clicking up here. I can apply a mark to all active students. But of course, I have to have a mark that I want it to be applied to, and then I can choose that as an option. During a progress report time as well, you want to have access to comments. And there's a couple of ways that you can add comments to your progress reports. The first way is in the student view. So as you were looking up here at these tabs, you'll see a student view here. When you click on the student view, you'll see right up here on the top, it'll say add, and you can add a comment. This one is particularly for this class. So you have that option. You also have the option of adding a comment for a particular term. And so you can click on, go back to the standards view. You can click on a student's name. And when you click on the student's name, you'll go to report card comments for students. And then you can put that comment in. Like I said, this is a sample class. So typically you would see a highlight around the term, and that's where you put the comment in. The comments will go on the progress report no matter where you put them. So the good news is that no matter where your comments are, it will get transferred over to that final hard copy that's printed out. However, we typically try and put them at the in the term box rather than on the class box. It just puts them all together in one location, makes it clear and consistent for parents when looking at it. So those are two ways that you can take comments or place your comments. And then lastly, once you do this for each of your classes, for your reading, your writing, your science, you're going to be looking right down here in this bottom right-hand corner, and this will be available, which is the Finalize. The Finalize button gives the communication to the secretary or someone who is printing off the progress reports for you, and it tells them that you have checked it, you finalized it, and it's good to go. So those are three things that you're going to find most important or most helpful when it comes to putting in your report card grades.